Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so Quando Rondo is not taking the mature approach in this situation at all. He is basically saying, forget it, man. He's going out wilding. And what I mean is, dude is going to drop music and put out imagery that's going to taunt and go at his ops right now in the music industry. Now, if you're wondering who his ops are, I'm talking about none other than Lil Durk and anybody from that King Von side of the thing, man. Now, why do I consider him as ops? Because of what went down and what took place in the open case that they have right now with Lil Tim for King Von's murder, right? Well, Quando Rondo is not retreating. He's not taking a mature approach and just sitting on his hands and waiting this out or trying to avoid the subject at all. He's running right into it, and he's running right into the beef. And what I mean is he's dissing none other than Lil Durk on the sneak, man. Now, when I say on the sneak, I mean adding imagery and stuff like that. Okay, man, before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about Quando Rondo just a little bit and this song he got called Soul Reaper. Now, Soul Reaper is an interesting track, right? You got Quando Rondo, and it sounds like an NBA YoungBoy track. It just sounds very NBA YoungBoy to me for some reason. But the imagery on the video is what's got the internet going nuts because Quando Rondo is not pulling any punches in his imagery. And he's basically letting it be known that it's up, and if it's up, it's stuck definitely. You know what I mean? Because he has somebody in the video. Okay, let me paint the picture. So in the video, he's got a lot of guns and stuff. It looks like they at a playground or whatnot, and they creeping on some dude, and they run up on the op, and the op looks just like Lil Durk, like from behind. He's got the blonde dreads like Lil Durk. He's wearing all the fitted stuff that you would see Lil Durk in, man. He looked just like Lil Durk. Now, the rest of the imagery in the video, it shows Quando Rondo at a playground on the swing set, swinging over skulls, stepping over what looks like ammunition and stuff, and flashing a lot of weaponry, and smoking and skulls and weaponry. And that's a constant throughout the whole video. But the whole imagery of, Quando Rondo trying to chill and not, play into the negatives of all this situation, I guess that's going out the window, man, because he's doubled down 3 times now. Each time he drops something even more disrespectful and even more, crazy as far as it seems with the situation. Because like I said earlier, Little Tim has a case right now. And Quando Rondo is just doubling down on the fact that, hey, we don't care. Because even in the lyrics, he says, they don't care. It's not about who loses or who goes down. It's about who's breathing or something of that nature. In the lyrics, he basically said it's not about who's wrong or right. It's about who's breathing. And, that's what he was alluding to. And that's a bold statement because, King Von still got a lot of fans out here, and he still got the folks on his side of the game that are down with what he's down with. But obviously, Quando Rondo don't care about that. And a lot of people are watching this video, and man, it's got a lot of thumbs down, but it's got a lot of thumbs up too. And I believe this is the first time that Quando Rondo ever got this many views in just one day on a video, man. I mean, the video itself has something like, I think almost 700,000, or excuse me, over 700,000, almost 800,000 views. So he's looking at doing 1 million in a day. And for Quando Rondo, that's pretty remarkable, man. Like, he's got big songs and big tracks out there and stuff like that, big videos. But this is like on a whole nother level. And I think it might just be a level of interest and shock because everybody can't believe he's out here sneak dissing Lil Durk. So they're all checking in just to see it anyways. And this might be the marketing strategy that was behind the whole doubling down and keeping it gangster with his response. And by naming it Soul Reaper, he's just letting it be known that, that's where he's coming from and that's what he's about, man. So Quando Rondo is definitely with getting down with the ignorance, man. He does not want to take the high road. And why would he, I guess, at this point? Because rumor is Lil Durk has been shutting down Quando Rondo shows. Like, been telling folks, because Lil Durk stays in Atlanta as well. I mean, he stays in Atlanta, and Quando Rondo stays in Savannah. But Quando Rondo's biggest market was definitely Atlanta. I'm guessing as far as Quando Rondo's concerned, the lines have already been drawn in the sand. And there ain't no repairing none of these relationships. So he might as well go deeper and deeper into war and exposing and dissing his ops. And right now, his ops are Lil Durk, man. Now, Lil Durk, man, he's definitely looking crazy in this video, and you could take this as a diss to Lil Durk, but Lil Durk is doing great in the music industry right now. I mean, he is having one of the best years or there isn't no one of the best. He is having the best year that he ever had in music. And he was looking to be probably the biggest artist this year, or have one of the biggest years out of artists this year, at least until Drake drops. But man, I think there's a certain point where you can't ignore all this. I know Lil Durk has been ignoring a lot of the negativity, especially when it comes to Quando Rondo, because Quando Rondo has been doing a lot of cloud chasing moves and a lot of stuff just to catch headlines. But Lil Durk, man, it seems like he's been avoiding all this stuff. But man, it looks like, man, I don't know if he can avoid this. There are rumors that Lil Durk has folks down in Savannah and they looking for Quando Rondo and all that, allegedly, man. So that none of that is confirmed, but a lot of people are saying that. But I don't know if it's to that level just because he dropped a music video. But, when it comes to drill, music videos have gotten people touched before in the past. Now, I'm not saying that that plan is in action, because I'm sure Lil Durk's mind is on other things. Because right now, they all just dropped basically a compilation CD, or excuse me, there was a soundtrack that dropped yesterday that was heavily featured, mostly, Chicago artists, man. It had a lot of Chicago drill artists on there, and I was like, wow. And Lil Durk was on that album, so their mode might be somewhere else. But when it comes to, somebody putting a double of you in a video and, and chopping down on the double, you know what I'm saying? That might be crossing the line, and Lil Durk might have to address this if he wants to. Man, I don't know, because you'd hate to encourage the ignorance, but you got somebody blatantly dissing you, and you know the rules of hip hop, man. Now, those rules are all fictional and made up. They don't exist. But when somebody comes at your neck as an MC, you usually come back. So, I mean, Lil Durk, he hasn't said much on social media, and he's really not placating to any of this, but he did post this recently. So Durk said this: the police got cats working for him heavy. The Voice. You know what I mean? Hashtag The Voice, I mean. But basically, I don't know if he's talking about Quando Rondo in that, but this did drop around the same time that the music video dropped. So Quando Rondo, that might have been a shout out at him, or Lil Durk might be just talking about a situation that he has going on elsewhere. But it's a weird situation that he finds himself in, because he is definitely the bigger artist. And he could just not pay attention to Quando Rondo. But Quando Rondo has been up in the level of disrespect with each and every video release he has. And this time he put Lil Durk in the video, allegedly, right? So I don't know, man. This don't look good. But I mean, we'll see what Lil Durk says in retaliation. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Lil Durk should just ignore Quando Rondo because his career is already dead? Or should Lil Durk respond to Quando Rondo because, man, this is too much disrespect and he getting out of hand? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.